What if everything you've ever believed about being a good person was incomplete? What if goodness, on its own, doesn't protect you, but exposes you? What if, in some situations, the very thing you were taught to uphold, honesty, compassion, kindness, is precisely what gets you crushed? This is not a lesson many want to hear, but it's one the world keeps teaching, quietly, mercilessly, and often too late. Remember that you can't defeat bad people through goodness. This is what told in the greatest epic Mahabharata: destroy unrighteousness by using unrighteousness only. Please watch this video till the end, and you will definitely see the true colors of this world, and your perspective will change. No one can misuse your goodness again. Imagine you are walking through a dense forest at night. You have a lantern that used to reveal safe paths and familiar surroundings. But something has changed. Shadows move unpredictably, the familiar turns strange, and your lantern's light is dimmer than before. Proceeding blindly with the same tools risks getting lost, or worse. This is exactly how navigating morality without understanding context can feel in the complex world today. There is a name for the mindset that sees this clearly, not cynically, but strategically. That name is Machiavellian. And despite the reputation that word has gained, it is not about evil. It is not about being cold or cruel for fun. It is about survival in a world where morality, on its own, is not enough. Let's break the illusion. The world does not reward purity. It rewards effectiveness. People don't follow virtue. They follow strength. Intentions, no matter how noble, mean very little in the face of failure. Niccolo Machiavelli, the man behind this hard truth, once wrote, "If a ruler always tries to act virtuously, he will come to ruin among so many who are not virtuous." Pause here and think. How often have you seen people with the best intentions hurt, while the ruthless seem to thrive? Have you experienced a situation where doing the right thing let others take advantage of your kindness? This isn't just political theory. This is psychology. Human nature, stripped of fantasy. It's a mirror we all resist looking into, because what we see challenges everything we were taught. We are told that the world is fair, that doing good brings good. But in reality, people lie, people manipulate, people act out of fear, envy, and desire. And those who can't see that, those who cling blindly to idealism, are often used, discarded, or broken. Take the workplace as an example. Imagine a colleague who always helps others, refuses to voice disagreement, and forgives every slight. On the surface, they look like a model employee. But slowly, others begin to demand more, crossing boundaries, until this person feels drained and even overlooked for promotions. It's a vivid example of how goodness, without pragmatism, can become a liability. So what do? You learn to see clearly. That's the first principle. Morality is not absolute. It is contextual, and context matters more than intention. Think about lying. Is it always wrong? What if telling the truth might cause irreparable harm to someone you love? Would withholding that truth be cruelty or kindness? Similarly, kindness in most cases is noble, but what if it enables someone to harm you or others? When does compassion cross into weakness? In every situation, the question is not, what is the good thing to do? But what is the effective thing to do that minimizes harm, maximizes stability, and protects what matters? Consider a parent disciplining a child. Being good might mean forgiving every mistake immediately. But effective parenting sometimes requires boundaries and consequences, actions that may feel harsh but are necessary for growth. The genius of this way of thinking is not found in blind cruelty, but in brutal clarity. You acknowledge the world's complexity, the often contradictory nature of human interactions, and choose strategies that allow you to thrive without losing your soul. You might be wondering if this means becoming ruthless or cold-hearted. It doesn't. It means becoming awake. Being awake means understanding that people can smile and stab. That virtue, if unguarded, invites exploitation rather than respect. Picture yourself as a caregiver, friend, or leader who always gives without protecting personal boundaries. In the long run, this person may become overwhelmed, bitter, or ignored. Being strategic, knowing when to say no, when to protect your needs, and how to respond to mistreatment is not selfishness. It is wisdom. Now reflect. How often have you given blindly, trusted too easily, or forgave so swiftly that you overlooked betrayal? You were taught these were virtues, and they are, but only when balanced with awareness and strength. Being good when it's safe is one thing. Being strategically good, knowing when to protect, when to push back, is another. Your survival and growth depend on mastering this delicate art. Successful people understand timing. They can read people's intentions and moods. They know when to speak and when to hold silence, when to show warmth and when to deploy firmness. And they never confuse their core values with their tactical moves. Here's a powerful realization. Your values are your compass, but your strategy is your survival kit. People who stumble emotionally, socially, professionally often confuse kindness with naivety or purity with inflexibility. They think being moral means being predictable and pay a heavy price. But you don't have to. You can awake from the fog. You can see things clearly. Right and wrong are not fixed stars, but tools. Used wisely, they build you and those you love. Used blindly, they destroy. The world doesn't care if you're good. It only cares if you're effective. Let this sink in deeply. Every day, you'll face choices that demand you balance your heart and your head. Imagine a negotiator who must protect her interests but maintain relationships. She is kind but firm, honest but shrewd. She doesn't win by being the nicest, but by being the smartest about navigating human complexity. Or think about a friend who's always generous, but sometimes taken for granted. When that friend learns to set boundaries, calmly, respectfully, they regain respect without losing love. Or consider a leader who navigates cultural and social complexity, not by strict adherence to ideals, but by balancing justice and peace, sometimes making hard compromises for stability. This is the dance of real morality. Now hear this. You do not owe the world perfection. You owe it your bravery to act wisely, your courage to hold complexity, your heart to remain gentle, but your hands ready to protect. Stand tall in your own life and learn the tools that the world survivors have long mastered. Remember, the promise given was a necessity of the past. The word broken is a necessity of the present. This is not an excuse for betrayal, but a call to realism. Understanding that survival sometimes demands recalibration, redefinition, and rare but real courage. So, what will you choose? The easy illusion of clear-cut goodness, or the brave path of nuanced strength? Each decision you make paints your legacy. Are you ready to lead love and live on your own, wiser terms? You have the power. All you need is the courage to use it. Now, step forward. The world awaits your truth.